Getting all set up here. Welcome. Welcome to the Unbridled Woman Pathway to Pleasure live stream on this Tuesday, November 29th. And I am celebrating this beautiful day here in Austin, Texas. It is a beautiful 77 degrees and it has been cold and rainy here. And I am not complaining. And I have really noticed over these past few years of really doing more deeper work within myself, of really connecting myself to the ebbs and flows of the natural cycles of the earth, and noticing how the cold weather really contracts me. It really wants me to go inward. And as we're coming into the winter, into the winter season, the time for rest and replenishing, and that's what I want to talk about today. Is following that cycle. It's so interesting to me that here in the northern hemisphere, we celebrate our holidays in the fall and winter months, the times where the nature is actually slowing down, where it is time to rest, where it is time to go within, where it is time to begin to replenish our resources so we are nourished in the coming months, so that we can produce things that bring us, reap benefits that actually create stuff for us to harvest again the following year. And I love using the image of the tree when I am talking actually to myself about wanting to rest, and my clients, because it's a big thing, especially, I don't want to say especially women, it's both men and women, where if you're still in the matrix of go, 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 hard work, I need to just make things happen. If I'm not busy, then I won't be successful. If I don't push myself, if I don't go to that networking thing, if I don't go to that social party, if I don't indulge in, all the drinks and all the sweets and this food, then, people will think less of me, that I won't feel included. And we have this story that goes in our heads, right? So if we were really take time to check in, we might be feeling like, I don't really want to do that. I really just want to go within, to rest, to cocoon myself, to create a nice little nest of cozy blankets and tea, and just sit and read my favorite book, instead of going out socializing in these holiday seasons, instead of spending all this money and all these resources. And we push ourselves, we push our body, push our wallets beyond their capability, their capacities. And we see the effects, maybe not at that moment, but how many times have you or known people who get sick right after the holidays, who are depressed after the holidays, who are anxious after the holidays? Like, their nervous system has been depleted. It's not regulated, and we're unhealthy. So it's okay. It's okay to take the time to the rest. So going back to the tree, in the winter, most trees leave the leaves fall off, and they're bare, and it looks like nothing is happening. Sometimes you could walk by like, is that tree dead? Um, but it's still alive. There's still movement within this trunk. It's resting. It's taking in resources. It's keeping them within. It's not expending energy. It's actually putting a lot of energy into its bank account, because it knows that come spring, it needs to grow leaves. because it's the leaves that are actually going to sustain and keep this tree alive by taking in the oxygen, the nitrogen. Like, we breathe out oxygen, and we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Please don't judge my science, but you get the point about what the tree does. Never claimed to be a scientist here. So it needs those leaves to survive, to live. And we need to rest. And we need to go inside of ourselves at times. And I call that a version of intimacy. Into me see. Because if, just like we want intimacy with another person, we want them to see into us. We want them to know us. We want to connect that deeply with another person. We need to do that with ourselves. And that comes from rest and inner reflection. It's like, it's time to look inside yourself. This is the time in the cycle, the seasonal cycle of your body, of the sun and the moon and the stars right now, is to rest, is to take a look at what has served you this past year, what hadn't served you, that you wish to release out. Because by doing that, by releasing what our old stories about ourselves, about the world, about our life, we open up space, energetic space within our being. And it's from that spaciousness that we can radiate it out and start attracting what is actually more aligned where we are on our path. That's manifestation. That's how we begin to recreate our reality, our life. And it's this time of reflection, of getting an understanding of what is truly true for us right now on our path. It's different from everybody. I'm a different person than I was in January of this year of 2022. I've also learned that from old belief systems that I could definitely release now. They no longer serve me. They don't bring me joy. They don't bring pleasure into my life anymore. And I'm excited. I'm excited to do that process, because a lot of times it can be uncomfortable. You know, my program, The Unbridled Woman, is uncomfortable. And it's miraculously transformational, because it's through that discomfort, through the chaos that can be created, is the spaciousness and the light that can come in. So when you are ready to change and grow, it's the time to embrace being uncomfortable, because you are moving into a space that you haven't been before. You are learning how to navigate this timeline, not only with your mind, who really wants to go back to what it knows, and it'll keep shoving those thoughts, those past memories in front of you, like, hey, what about this? What about this? You need to be strong in your spirit and in the body to know, no, I know this is where I need to go. That does not serve me anymore. I cannot go back to the past. It's not my reality. What is it that I want to create now? And in women, we are blessed with our womb, with the the natural ability to create through our bodies. And men also have, they create through their bodies. Their life force energy is what helps creation ignite. So both men and women have this capacity to create their most beautiful reality. And but it comes back to coming back to the body, to this beautiful vessel that we have, to really feeling what this body feels like, feeling how our soul has inhabited this body and how our soul wants to be expressed through this body. And this comes down to that beautiful teaching of mindfulness and breath. Those are key tools into coming back into your body to create the intimacy that you need to clear out and expand in order to manifest what is true on your journey right here, right now for you. And it takes energy. And it's necessary for when you come out of this hibernation, when you come out and feel out of the contractedness, you feel open, expansive. There's possibilities out there for you. The alignments that come in, the synchronicities, the miracles. I mean, every single moment of your day is a miracle. It's a moment that has never and will never happen again. And when you're present to that, you open yourself up to so many possibilities. Because you're not only seeing with these physical eyes, you begin to see with that spiritual, that third eye, this sense, this intuitive sense of your life. And there's just a knowing of where you can go, where you need to go, where should I be? And going back to the breath and the mindfulness, I love this practice that I do every once in a while. And you've probably had many of these, the body awareness, but challenging you to get really present in your body when you're doing those body awareness techniques with your breath. Really focusing and seeing in your mind's eye every bone in your being, to your toes, your vertebrae, seeing how your breath moves up through your spine and seeing how the muscles actually contract and expand, how the blood moves through the vessels, through your heart, how your stomach is digesting your food, how your lungs are filling up with air, with the little capillaries filling up. Like, to get so intimate with your own body like that is an experience that is so precious. And through that deep intimacy that you can get with your own body, then you are able to open yourself up for that experience with intimacy with other people, with other beings, with a loving, intimate partner, with a platonic friendship. Because you understand who you are and how you want to show up in this life, in your life that you have created, because you have taken the time to go in deep, to really feel what is inside, to be uncomfortable with what comes up, and knowing it's just energy. It's stuff from the past. It could be stuff from past lifetimes. Just, you don't really have to know where it's coming from. Just acknowledging it, thanking it, and letting it transmute back into energy, into spaciousness that can allow what is truly aligned for you at this moment in time. So there is so many definitions of intimacy, but that was one that was really coming up strong for me, of the deep into me that we as sentient beings, as spiritual beings, really need to take that time. It's part of our path. It's part of our journey in this body, in this human experience. It's our nourishment. It's the medicine. It's the medicine. It's the the nutrient that will sustain our soul and our growth here. So wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day wherever you are. Sending you love.